Hi guys, Tracy here, coming to you from my normal spot in my bathroom, our weekly hangout location. One of these days I'll have a better office to hang out with, and I always have to hide out from my dogs and my kid and my husband and everybody else. So anyway, I've really been looking forward to tonight. I've gotten some tremendous feedback from you guys. Clearly, I struck a nerve the other night with the asking you what the one thing in your business that is the kiss of death in the business of network marketing. And much to my surprise, I like I said, I struck a nerve, and I think that we really have the chance to get to the bottom of maybe why some of you guys are not, where you want to be. I don't know if any of us are where we want to be in this business, and you should always be moving forward, but there are times that the business does not go how you want it to, but what you have to reconcile is what you're doing to get to where you want to be, as opposed to just wishing for a certain outcome. And Pam Souter says this is networking, not net wishing. And I hope you guys, I want to start out, I hope you guys realize, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, how lucky we are to have each other in this group, to be on this team together, but to be involved in network marketing in the circumstances that we are right now. We have found the right company at the right time with the right leadership, and I happen to think that you guys were all on the right team. I think we land on the teams that we were meant to be on. I'm a big believer in fate, and I think you're supposed to be here, and I think you're supposed to be with me and with your leader and your upline, and I really want you guys to process that you are in the right place at the right time. But that does not stop the fact that it can be hard, it can be frustrating, and nobody said that network marketing was easy. Some of us look at other people and we think, oh, this is easy, they have it so easy, and I want you guys to know that I truly appreciate each and every one of you and the effort that you put into your business, and I love that you have your whys for being in here and on this team. So from the bottom of my heart, I'm digging deep tonight to try to help get to the bottom for each of you what it is that holds you back, and what my question that I posed was, and I'll tell you how I got there, was the other night. I think I finally, I've been in the business 3 years. I have heard a lot of excuses. I have seen a lot of people not reach their potential, seen more people quit than actually stayed with it. Much larger proportion quit and leave the business and before they even get started and really sell themselves short. And, I've seen it all. And so I really want to talk to you about what is to me, well, just in general, is basically the kiss of death in your business. But what I found was that my answer is still the same, but that there are a tremendous number of reasons for people to arrive at what causes their network marketing business to not thrive and to not succeed. So we are going to dive in, and I wrote them on pieces of paper. And I'm hoping that we can get through this. We may be here a little longer than 30 minutes tonight, because you guys are good. We have I think almost 100 responses on that. So number one, I know you're on the page. Number two, that means you all need to be commenting more, because I know you're seeing my posts. So I know you're there. But I want you all to be more active on the page and stay on the radar of your leaders and of everybody on the page. So that's your shove to be more active on the page, because now I know you can see. So we're just going to dive right in, and this one showed up a lot, okay? You can do that. You got to find the right there. Fear. Fear showed up a lot, okay? Fear. Is fear the kiss of death in your business? It doesn't have to be. Sometimes people suffer from a crippling fear of certain things, but a fear. So a fear is a symptom of something. Okay, fear is a manifestation of a symptom of something. So we're going to get into that. But fear, yes, if you're not willing to overcome a fear, then that could be a deciding factor in your business. Fear. But what are you afraid of? Are you afraid that someone's going to say no to you? We're going to talk about that. Are you afraid that the products don't work? Well, of course they work. You know they work. If you don't know they work, then you need to back up and figure out that they work and be a product of the products. Fear is an irrational belief in something I don't know if that's the right definition, but fear can hold you back, but it's not the kiss of death in your business. You know why? Because you can overcome it. You can overcome that fear of blitzing by doing it more and by just putting yourself out there and having that 20 seconds of insane courage and doing it. You can overcome that fear of messaging that person and it's at the top of your chicken list. You can do it. You can stretch yourself and do it. You can get a deep belief in network marketing, and that helps you overcome fear that maybe this is some kind of pyramid scheme where it's not going to work, which it isn't, which is not a pyramid scheme, and it does work. But whatever you're afraid of, you can overcome it. So fear is not the kiss of death in your business. Excuses. And what I'm getting at here is every one of these leads to and causes you to do the one thing that's going to kill your business. Okay, we're going to get to that. It's at the very end. Excuses. Excuses are wide and unlimited in what people can say. I heard a doozy the other night, and it's finally what prompted this video, my emergency hangout. Excuses. You know, most of the time people turn their whys, the reason that they're doing this, the reason that they should be doing this, they turn them into their excuses. My kids are this. I need to work out. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta go to that. I'm busy. I'm sick. I'm tired. I'm my husband. My this. All of those excuses cause the kiss of death. They can't. Their excuses are not the kiss of death. Why? Because you can get over it. You can shove them aside, and you can turn an excuse into a why. You can, instead of saying I can't do this because of my kids, say I need to do this for my kids. See, that's how you turn an excuse into a why. Do not let your why become your excuse. But an excuse, we all have them. We all have things that should and could and should prevent us from doing this business and being successful in this business. It's the ones who don't let the excuses stop them that continue to be successful. So excuses don't have to be the kiss of death. Ourselves. I hope this is right. I hope it's not backwards. It probably is. Ourselves. Can you be your own worst enemy? You bet. For a lot of reasons. You can be the reason that you're not succeeding, but you're not the kiss of death in your business. Okay? Something that you're going to do is a kiss of death in your business. But if you're your biggest obstacle, then you've got to get to the bottom of why. If you don't believe in network marketing, if you don't believe in the products, if you're not good managing your time, if you know, all this kinds of things, ourselves to me is excuses. That's the same thing. So, okay, negativity. This can be big. Negativity can be big. Let me tell you something. The bigger we get, the more negativity you can expect about It Works. There's a lot of people that don't understand it. And so I'm gonna give you a tip about negativity. When you see negativity, when you see whether it be about It Works or not It Works, you know what I do when I see somebody that's very negative consistently on Facebook? I unfollow them. Sometimes I unfriend them, but I always unfollow negativity. I never, ever post negativity because negativity drives people away from you. It can be very detrimental to your business. If you're posting dirty laundry on Facebook, if you're always negative, if you're never positive, if you are, you know, if you're always like that, then yes, you're going to turn everybody off. And we have some people on this team that are like that. I'm not going to lie. And like I said, I haven't followed them because I don't want to see people bitching and moaning all the time. Because it brings you down. But when you see someone specifically about It Works being negative and saying terrible things about It Works, saying that the wraps don't work, my biggest advice to you is to get rid of it. Unfollow it, delete it, block the person. Don't get involved in conversation. You're not going to convince somebody who's just overly sensitive and judgmental and saying that they don't work. Now you can educate people and things like that, but when you see negativity about it works, and you need to prepare yourself because it's going to keep coming. The bigger we get, the more you're going to hear some negativity just about network marketing or all that's a pyramid scheme or all this and that. I distance myself from that. So that's one side of it. The negativity from you, yes, can be a very big put off for the people in your life. You know, if you're going to see in one post on Facebook, oh, I can't handle the stress, my life sucks, and the next thing is, oh, look at this confiance, it's amazing, or this rap, you're not going to believe this, or join my team, $99. That is so ineffective and such a turnoff that negativity can be a very big deal in your business, and you are in control of it. So is negativity the kiss of death? Doesn't have to be. No, because you control it. Self-doubt. Self-doubt can be a big deal. But there are things that you can do to get over self-doubt. We as a society are ingrained that no, we can't be that successful. That just happens to that other person. Or she was just lucky. There's nothing. I don't have any qualities that can make me successful in this. Really? Who says who? Who told you that? Who told you that you were not worthy of succeeding in this business? Who told you that you are not worthy of reaching the rank or the check that you want to make in this business? Who told you that? Did you tell yourself that? Why? Why would you tell yourself that you can't accomplish something? Because if you tell yourself you can't accomplish something, then guess what? You're not going to accomplish that thing. I am a huge believer, and I'm not going to get all churchy and gospel on you and whatnot. We are human beings set to this earth to be blessed, God wants to give in abundance to you. You know what gets in the way? You do. You don't ask for it. You don't think you can get it. You don't put it out there that that's what you want. You don't put 2 feet in front of one foot in front of the other to work for it. You're the one doing that. You're the one that told yourself you couldn't do it. I know you can do it. I know I can do it. I know Rebecca can do it. I know Kristen can do it. I know Cindy can do it. I know everybody can do it. You're the one that gets in the way. But will self-doubt be the deal killer in your business? No. Self-doubt does not have to be the kiss of death in your business because you can get over it. I went into this business as a total hermit crab. Okay? I didn't go into this business to think, oh, I'm going to expand myself and stretch myself and get all these new skills. But guess what? I did. I developed a lot of new skills. I developed a lot of new friends. I developed so many and discovered so many things about myself and my talents and my abilities that I didn't know I could even do. So you got to tell yourself that you can. You got to believe that you can. You got to know that you're worthy of it, and you got to ask for it. You got to put it out into the universe because in the back of your mind, if it's nagging at you all the time, every time you have a wish or a hope or a belief, and no, you can't do that. Well, then you're not. So you better figure out how to shut that voice up in your head because what you put out there into the universe is exactly what's going to happen. Didn't say it's going to happen overnight, but if you put out there that you're going to accomplish something, then magically that's what happens because you hold yourself accountable, other people hold you accountable, and then slowly but surely you develop that belief in yourself. So self-doubt doesn't have to do it. Me. We kind of covered that. Self-doubt, are we our own worst enemy ourselves? Yes. We can be our own worst enemies in that. So we kind of covered that. Lack of determination. Well, we all have different goals in this business, okay? If you're not determined to succeed, then yeah, you're in the wrong business. I'm not going to lie to you and say that if you're not determined to get to whatever, if it's a paycheck, if it's a whatever it is, everybody's goals are different. If you're not determined to do that, well then no, you're not going to do that. But lack of determination, not the kiss of death, no, because you can turn that around. You can decide. You can draw your line in the sand and go over and say, I am going to do this. You don't have to set a deadline. You can set a goal, but you don't have to set a deadline. But you can, through a lot of avenues, become determined to get whatever it is that you want. Defeat. an important one. Defeat. What defeats us in this business? When somebody quits. You know, it's funny to me how it all happens at the same time. Inevitably, the day that I'm supposed to have 4 people sign up is the same day that I see somebody said, oh, this It Works stuff, there's annoying It Work people. Hey, can you turn off my auto ship from 5 different loyal customers? Hey, you know, hey, I'm going to quit. Hey, I'm not cut out for this. Nobody's interested. All of it happens in the same day. Have you guys ever realized that? It's like Murphy's Law. If you hear one, you know there's more coming. Okay, prepare yourself. So defeat. But no, defeat's not the kiss of death in your business. Defeat only matters if you quit. And we're going to talk about that too. Defeat. If you're defeated, here's my advice, guys. I've had kind of a rough month. I've got some customers and distributors and whatnot. August is never a super strong month for me. We got some people that kill it in August, but for me, August hasn't always been my best month. I don't know why. Everybody's is different. And I've been a little defeated. I've wondered, why am I not doing this? Why am I not promoting faster? Why this? And hearing me excuse after excuse after excuse, and just feeling very defeated. Pam Souter, our Chief Networking Officer, said something so profound to me in our It Works University. I've heard her say it twice. It says, if you're holding on too tight to your business, to your success and your It Works business, if you feel like you're holding on a little too tight, then you need to let it go. If I find myself just surrounded by negativity and things are not going the way that I want to, what I have found for me that works out is I shut it off for the night. I put my phone away, I shut my laptop, and I walk away. I go watch a TV show. I go get some ice cream with my family. I go for a walk or a run. Or I lay on the couch. I take a 30-minute nap or something. I get away from it, okay? And I shut it down, and then guess what? The next morning, I wake up, and I realize I'm back to where I was. I'm back to why I love this business, but I needed to let it go. Whether that's for a night or a couple days. Last couple days, guys, guess what? I needed to let it go. I have not been on the page a lot in the last couple of 48 hours. I've been discouraged. But today I woke up and I remember why I love this business. I truly, in my heart, love this business. And so it's not fair to let other things, the things that can take us out of the game are different for everybody on certain levels, and make us feel defeated, whatever that, different people handle things differently. But you're only defeated if you don't rebound from it, if you don't come back to that core belief of what it is that you really, truly get out of this business and what you should do. So defeat is not the kiss of death in this business, only if you don't pull yourself out of it. Rudeness. Covered this just a little bit. You guys, there's a buttholes out there. There's the people that are just nasty human beings. They don't care about other people's feelings. You know what? Here, let me give you an example. I had a girl she's a loyal customer of mine, and she approached me about the business, asked me to come wrap her. I did. She's basically said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then it gets there, and no, I'm not sure. I need to think about it. And then she starts referring people to me, and like, listen, you're killing me. What are you doing? You're basically being a distributor. What holds you back? And she said to me, that I don't want to be, and she quoted one of those annoying It Works people. And so I said back to her, and I appreciated her honesty, and I said, what I have found in my experience in the last 3 years is that what annoys people is not It Works in the product. If the wrap annoys you, then you're a moron. What annoys people is that they don't have the balls to jump out and do what these It Works people are doing. They do not have the nerve to go out and chase their dreams. They do not have the nerve to put their dreams down on paper and actually quantify them. And they see all these people that have the nerve to do that. And that's what annoys them. Not It Works. What annoys them is that they don't have the balls to do it. So when you see those people that are annoyed with It Works, that doesn't bother me at all. Because I know that's not what they're annoyed with. They're annoyed with themselves. And how does that come across? They get rude. They turn into jerks. And they say mean things. And degrade our products, and they make fun of network marketing. Who can make fun of greens? Greens are one of the greatest things ever invented, and they help thousands of people. So if you can knock something like that, dude, there's something wrong with you. And that's how you have to look at it. So rudeness, you gotta consider the source. Rudeness is not the kiss of death. Setbacks. Depends on the person. We are all going to have setbacks. Most people think success looks like this. Straight up. Do I know some people that it looks like their path just went straight? Yeah. Ashley Sinclair went Ambassador Diamond in 7 months. Freakazoid. I don't know how she did it. She's an amazing human being. I don't know how she did it. I'm amazed. But it looked like she never had any setbacks. For me, I've had setback after setback. I think I've had more setbacks than I've actually had successes. Okay? Setbacks are to be expected in network marketing, in life, in general, and in everything else. But setbacks are to be expected. The only way that is a kiss of death in your business is if you let it stop you. Most success looks like this. And then you go back, and then you go up, and then you go down, and like, oh crap, I thought I was going straight to the top, and then you go back, and then that's what success is like. Success means it just means you got up after you failed. That's what success is. So a setback, dude, that just makes you better. A setback is not the kiss of death. Procrastination. It could make you not do your business. It could make you put things off. Procrastination has its root in something else. If you're procrastinating, means you're afraid of it, means you don't want to do it, means your why is not big enough. There's other reasons. Procrastination is a symptom of something. Okay, you got to get to the source of why are you procrastinating. Why don't you want to call that person? Fear. Procrastination has its root in other things. So remember that. If you're procrastinating something, ask yourself why. That's how you get over procrastination. Quitting. You would think this is the answer. You would think that's the kiss of death. Could it be? Yes. Not the main one, not the one I'm thinking of, but quitting. You know what? If someone quits, let them go. I had one of my recent distributors, 2 of them actually, they're not on the page anymore. The reason I know that is because their name is grayed out in some of my tagging. I'm like, I guess they quit. Silly. This business is not for everyone. Is it going to be the end of your business? Well, yeah, duh. That's the only thing that I guess it'll take you 100% out of the name is quit. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those of us who are still here. If you're still here, you haven't quit. You haven't quit. You're just not working your business, but you want to. You're here, and you're in this page, you're on this team, and you're on this thing tonight. Some of you may want to quit. Guys, I think I wanted to quit yesterday. Okay? Seriously. We all are going to have moments where we want to quit. You're going to have tons of moments where you want to quit. When those moments, walk away, okay? Take a break, do what you need to do, let go of your business, let it go for the night or for the day or whatever you need to do, but obviously don't quit. Confidence. Where does confidence come from? Believe it or not, I had no confidence coming into this business. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think I could do something like this. I thought, if the girl didn't want me to do it, I think I can do this too. But I've never been an overly confident person. I've actually been pretty introverted. I don't have a ton of friends, growing up and whatnot. So confidence comes from within. Confidence comes when you maybe you don't even have to have success under your belt. But if you've got a lack of confidence, again, that's a symptom of something. Do you not believe in the products? Do you not believe in the business opportunity? I believe in the business opportunity with my whole heart, so I've got no problem sharing it with people. I believe the greens can help so many people, so I have no problem sharing it with people. So you got to back up. If you're not confident about something, you got to back up and figure out why. You've got to test the products. You've got to test that wrap and show that thing works. If you're not confident about how you look, work on it. Nobody said we had to be perfect 10s to do this. Okay, I don't look at us and I don't see any perfect 10s. I see a lot of amazing people, but confidence comes from within, and it comes with practice. The more you do it, the better you get. I can assure you, I'm better at a party now than I used to be because I've done it more, and I'm better at the party cab than I used to be. I'm better at talking in front of people than I used to be because I just keep doing it. You've got to use some courage. And the confidence, you have in your hand something that can help people. And when you have that core belief, you'll find your confidence. So back off and find out what's keeping you from being confident. So is a lack of confidence a kiss of death in your business? No. Overwhelmed. This goes into the same thing I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. The business is supposed to be fun. If you're not having fun anymore, let it go just a little bit. It needs to be fun or you will burn out and you will quit. So remember the fun. You got to hook into your team. You got to be active on the page. You got to get into these trainings. You got to hang with your team. If it's not your team, you got to find somebody local. You've got to not let this business overwhelm your thoughts. Set business hours. Set office hours for yourself. Instead of having that phone on you 24/7, where you're constantly sitting here like this all the time, you know what I'm talking about. My husband knows what I'm talking about. Set office hours, okay? Focus. If you need to get up in the morning and schedule your Facebook post for the day, do it. And then go take your kids to school, and then go do your laundry. You don't have to constantly 24/7 be doing this business. It can be overwhelming. We're busy. Some of you guys have little bitty kids and a lot of kids, and some of you have jobs and more than one job, and some of you are in school. Of course it can be a little bit overwhelming. You can expect it to be a little crazy while you're in this building phase. That's not unusual, and there's nothing wrong with it. You need to learn how to manage your time and don't be overwhelmed. If you are, take a step back and relax. That is my biggest advice to you. There have been stages in my business where I have been overwhelmed. Month end gets a little crazy. Sometimes you'll have big catastrophic problems with a customer, distributor, drama, or whatever. All of that can be overwhelming. And you have to make sure that you're not just doing busy work. A lot of times we are overwhelmed because we're doing busy work and really not doing income producing activities. So eliminate all of that as best you can. And then you will find that you are not as overwhelmed. Also, don't be putting, and jumping ahead, but this is going to fall into this, I think, unrealistic expectations. And I have a paper for it, but I can't find it. You know, a lot of us want to be at a certain level, need to be at presidential income, but we're not willing to take the steps necessary to get there. That can be overwhelming, and it just weighs on you. I have had this business keep me up at night, and not in a good way. That can be overwhelming. So make sure that you're not doing a lot of unnecessary things and things that don't produce income. Okay, that's the biggest advice I have here. This is interesting to me. Visibility. Yeah, if you're not talking, if you're not out in front of people or on social media or in person or blitzing or whatever your thing is, if you're not finding a way to present the opportunity, if you're not asking, if you're not, well, yeah. If nobody knows that you do It Works, well, then how are you going to have a successful business? If you don't have anything on your social media pages about It Works, if you don't talk about it, you don't post about it, if you don't wear a t-shirt, well, then you're really not an It Works person. You're a distributor who signed up and spent $99. That's all you are. If you're not talking, if you're not sharing, if you're not asking. So yeah, visibility, yeah. That can be a big one if you're not doing it. You gotta be visible. You gotta let people know what you do. This is a big one. Spouse doubt. I wrote spouse debt. Spouse doubt. Okay. Spouse doubt. That can be very draining. If you have a spouse who does not support this, who is negative about this, here's what I want you to do. I want you to zip your lip about your business. Don't talk about the good stuff. Definitely don't talk about the bad stuff. This business is predominantly women. It can be high drama. I remember one time my husband was like, dude, is that all you guys are is drama? I was like, oh, wow. I think I probably talked to him a little about that too much. But if your spouse is not supportive, shut up and get to work, okay? Do your thing. Don't talk to him about it. Don't talk to him about the good things. Don't talk to him about the bad things. Just work your business. If you have a spouse who won't babysit the kids and you need to go to a party, take your kids with you. Or find a babysitter or something, but don't let that get in the way. There are a lot of stories, so many stories in this company of people who have succeeded and are at the top of the company whose spouses wanted nothing to do with it. Quentin Conway, our ambassador diamond upline, is a big one. He was like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He was so mad. He was like, that's so stupid. He told his wife, you're never going to make any money. And I can't even believe it. He wouldn't even talk about it with her. Like, he's like, hand me it. Don't even talk about it. Very unsupportive. Well, he has certainly changed his tune. But what did his wife Lori do? She got to work. And she was racking people. And she was making money. And she was finding customers and completing her stuff. And then all of a sudden, he understands that she's making money with this. And then she got his attention that way. Guys, speak dollar signs. So if you don't have a spousal support, it's okay. A lot of people, my husband just didn't care. He's like, whatever, do what you want. But yeah, you can expect sometimes your spouse to be annoyed if you're really investing in your business and it's taking up a lot of time. But just shut up and get to work if you don't have that spousal support. But be strong. Find support in your local team, in your rap sisters. That's important because it can be very draining. You've had a bad day and your spouse is bragging on you. Yeah, it's easier just to give up sometimes, but it doesn't have to be. No. This one I disagree with. No is actually a good thing, and somebody phrased it to me very well today. A no is one of the nicest things that people can say to you. You know why? I find it far more rude and frustrating for someone to not answer you at all. That's what's borderline disrespectful. When someone says no, that they're not interested, they had enough respect for you to say, hey, not my thing. That's great. You know what I mean? That means they care about you, that they told you no. And a no means you're closer to a yes. So no, a no is a good thing. No means you're on the right track, believe it or not. Unteachable. We have a lot of people that think they know how to do this. I will tell you, don't reinvent the wheel. If you do, you're going to find you're spinning your wheels, and you're going to spend a lot of unnecessary time doing stuff. Be teachable. Be coachable. Nobody knows how to do this from day one perfectly. There are a lot of people that have gone before you that you need to utilize their resources, their mistakes, their successes, and copy the right person. But don't feel like you have to do things your way. If you think you're coming up with some new angle on it works, you're wrong. You're off course is what you're doing. The business is in place. All the tools we have are there. And if you refuse to use them and you're unteachable, well, you're going to find yourself on an uphill battle the whole time. Lazy. That can be really big. Lazy means that you're not putting the work in for the goals that you're wishing you get to. And that's going to cause a lot of complaining. Okay? Lazy, I have a hard time relating to lazy people. I have never been lazy a day in my life. I was taught to work from the time I could walk. And so lazy means you're not going to accomplish what you want to. If you're lazy, this is the wrong business for you. But it's not the kiss of death because you can get over it. I think we've already covered this failure. And that kind of to me falls in the setback category. Failure is just not trying again. Everybody's going to have failures. I've had complete lines fall apart. I have had people in key positions quit. I've had it all. Okay, the longer you're in this business, the more you're going to see. So I've seen it all. I've missed goals. I've seen other people miss goals. Failure is just a part of the journey. You just have to learn to discipline your disappointment. According to Jim Rohn, Network Marketing Master, you've got to discipline your disappointment. You're actually going to be more disappointed half the time than you are excited. Think about it. When you're talking to 100 people and 10 of them say yes, if that, that's a lot of no's. That's a lot of failures. That's a lot of setbacks. That's a lot of failure. But it's not. It's actually a sign that you're trying, sign that you're moving in the right direction. Jealousy. Jealousy, comparison. That you're comparing yourself to other people. You can't look at other people and wish that you had that. Your journey is your own journey in this business. I know that sounds cheesy. I always heard that. I'm like, that's cheesy. I'll talk about this journey business. But it's the truth. We're all going to have different paths on this business. We have different backgrounds, different makeups, different personalities. We come to this earth 100% unique. We are all divine beings. And you come to this earth like no other human being ever has been or ever will be. Celebrate that fact, so don't compare. To me, jealousy means comparison. And comparison can just kill your confidence. It can bring up so much, to me, comparison brings in the self-doubt, the setback, the failure, the lack of confidence, all of those other things. A lot of it can really, can be very tough on your business, but it doesn't have to be. You can get over jealousy. You can know that your journey is your journey, and you don't have to get to ambassador in a year. It can take you 5 years. It can take you 10 years. That's okay. You've got to be moving forward. Lack of focus. Yeah, if you're not focused on your business, I find that if I had a busy week of other things and I'm not focused on my business, well, guess what? I'm not usually signing very many customers or distributors. So you have to stay focused. It doesn't mean you have to be 100%, but all the time. Of course not. We don't work full time. Nobody around here has time to work full time. It's adding an extra full time job. So focus. You need to focus on what your strengths are. Okay, don't try to master 10 things at one time. Focus on one thing at a time. You need to work on blitzing and do blitzing. You need to work on a party, then have a party. You need to work on your social media, your Instagram account, block everything else out and work on that. But yes, you do need to figure out a way to focus. Skepticism. To me, this comes from letting other people not network marketing. That's just ignorance on their part. I respect the fact that a lot of people don't understand network marketing, and lack of understanding that leads to an ignorant opinion about it. I understand that. It doesn't really bother me. I'm confident about what I do. But skepticism about the products, again, there's two kinds of people. There's the ones who've never tried it and they're like, that doesn't work. Those people you can usually have some success with. But the ones who just want to argue and bash on the product and stuff, get rid of them. The skepticism, if you know it works, what's the skepticism? That's like being skeptical that an apple is red. Well, it's red. What do you mean? It works. Like, try it. Look at it. Feel it. Touch it. It works. So you got to have a belief in the product to overcome skepticism. Skepticism is always going to exist. If you think it's not, you're fooling yourself. I was skeptical for this rep. I watched my friend for 2 months. I had known this girl for 25 years. Okay, 25 years. Since I was a teenager, I knew this girl that was posting about the rats. And it took me 2 months to ask a good friend. Okay, people are skeptical. Of course they are. I'm surprised. Wouldn't you be surprised if they weren't skeptical? Well, yeah, it's a new product. It's new to the brain. Not everybody thinks that they're not familiar with it. We're very skeptical of what we don't know. So embrace the skepticism. It's not a kiss of death. It's an opportunity to educate is what it is. Shyness. You have to overcome your shyness. That means you have to be super loud, obnoxious in your face. But yes, you need to stretch yourself. If you're not willing to stretch yourself a little bit, this may not be the right industry for you. Because you got to toughen up. You got to have tough skin. It doesn't mean that you have to be loud and bold and this and that, but shy can be a tough one to overcome. But if you believe in the products, start with your warm market. Start with that inner circle and go there and talk to those people and practice and do it in front of a mirror. Record yourself. Whatever it is you need to do to get over that fear. We talked about this next one. It's the same thing. Rejection is the same as a no. Somebody says they no, they're just not interested. I have one of my I prayed. I really wanted her to join my business. She was at the top of my chicken list, and I finally got her to go to Starbucks with me. And I explained it to her, and I thought she was going to go for it. You know what? She messaged me and said, I really thought long and hard about it, but she said, I just don't feel like I could dedicate any more time to what I've already got. At least she was honest with me. She's not rejecting me. She still likes me. She just wasn't interested in the opportunity. When a server comes by your table and asks a question and you say, no, thank you, or I'll pass. You're not rejecting her. You're rejecting what she offers. So you'd be able to separate the two. Your why. Yeah, you need to know why you're doing this business, because your why is going to keep you going on the days that are not so fun. On the day that someone quit. On the day that someone made fun of what you did. On the day that you didn't sign that distributor that set the appointment with you and said they were going to sign. You got to know why you're doing this. because that why needs to supersede everything. So lack of a why, if you don't know why you're doing this, yeah, that can be pretty brutal, pretty devastating to your business. Yeah, you've got to have a why, and it needs to be big. It's going to be different for everybody. My why is different than your why, but lack of a why could be a problem. You've got to have a why. So if you don't have one, you need to stop what you're doing and make one. You decide, okay, what do I want out of this? Write it down. What do I want out of this business? Quitting. We already talked about quitting. Ain't nobody on here quitting. You're on this video. You're quitting. Expectations are higher than reality. We already talked about this. You've got to be realistic. If you want to be a diamond in 8 weeks, you better get to work. And 2 hours a day, that ain't going to do it. Okay? So be realistic about what you want and about what you're willing to do to get it. When you bring on a new distributor, find out what their goal is. Interview them and find out why they want to do this business, what they want out of it. And then say, if they point to $10,000 a month on the income chart, but they're only willing to put 3 hours a weekend, well, you know those two things don't match. So you have to set expectations. You have to set goals along the way. I like this. Rebecca McCarville said this to me today. Very, very true thing. We don't know, our goals don't always have to be something like, I want to be presidential by this day. Some goals you're going to miss. You need to anticipate that. But you also need to set goals that you can achieve every day. I'm going to message this many people. I'm going to follow this many people on Instagram. I'm going to follow up with this many people. Those are goals that you can 100% complete and at the end of the day feel like success. Okay, set goals that you can complete and know that you're going to get them done. Of course, set goals to stretch yourself. But you know, don't always set goals if you never reach, because we're only human. If you're never ever reaching your goals, well then you're going to burn out. Set goals that you can reach every day that are 100% attainable daily, and those daily goals will push you to the bigger one that you want. It's okay to say, I want to be triple by this day. That's okay. It pushes you. It holds you accountable. But you need those daily goals to be doing that. So make sure your expectations are in line with what the amount of time you're willing to put in. Nobody's going to be an ambassador tomorrow. Lack of support. We talked about this with a spouse, but friends and family. What you will find, and it shocks most people. They think, oh my gosh, my mom's going to sign up. My best friend is going to be all over this. My sister, guys, to this day, my sister doesn't really do a lot of this business. My mom is a distributor. She doesn't really do the business. I have a lot of people in my life that I thought they would love this. They want nothing to do with it. So, that's to be expected. To me, your friends and family are your toughest sell. They're your warm market is often your hardest market. And it can be really crushing to think that all these people are going to support you and they don't. Okay, and that's okay. That's okay. The lack of support, you can get over. Because if you know why you're doing something and you get to work and you just start showing them your results with the products, your success with the business, that's how you get over lack of support. That's how those people come back around. Jamie Rosecrans, an ambassador diamond, who just did our call, she said something so crazy to me a couple weeks ago. She said that in January, just this past January, she's a presidential diamond, her mom told her to go get another job because this was too stressful. She's a presidential diamond making $25,000 a month, and her mom told her to go get another job. Clearly, she does not support what she does, but Jamie basically laughed because Jamie knows why she's doing this, and she knows the potential, and she knows that we have setbacks, and she knows that we go back and forth and up and down, and she knew in the back of her mind, she knew she was going to be ambassador. So don't fear lack of support. Apathy. Well, that was interesting. Apathy. I have here the definition of apathy. Hang on. I'm going to read it to you. Okay, apathy is a lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern. Apathy can be demonstrated in a lot of other things, and that means like you're not paying attention to your business. If you're not excited about your business, well then you're going to struggle. Apathy is an indifference to things. That can be very detrimental to your business. If you don't care about it, well then why are you here? It's not the kiss of death. You know why? Because if you're apathetic to it, you were never here in the first place. If you're not excited about this, find something to light your fire. But you want to know what my suggestion is? Get to an event. If you have apathy about the business and about the product after you have been to a corporate event, a team meeting, anything like that, then you need to check your pulse, and it's probably not the right business for you. All right, so apathy is not the kiss of death. You just got to get to a corporate event and get over that. And if you still have it after that, peace out, because you ain't gonna last. So, silence. Silence. We talked about that. That goes back to visibility. You're not talking. You're not sharing. You are not opening your mouth. No one knows you're a network distributor. Of course, you're not going to be successful. It doesn't just fall in your lap. You have to network yourself. You have to let people know what you do, or no one else is. If you don't tell them what you do, you know what's going to happen? They're going to find somebody else that does it. So yeah, silence can really mess your business up and can send people to other distributors if they don't know you do it. That's why it's critical for you to let people know that you do this. Put it on your social media. Go to my Facebook page. You know what I do for a living. It's not a secret. When I go out and I have a network shirt on, you know what I do for a living. Not for when I blitz. So, okay. Social media. This is an interesting one to me, and we're winding down. We're almost to the big reveal, guys. Social media is a tremendous tool for this business. We are so fortunate to live in the age of Facebook and Instagram. I look back at some of the people that started 10 years ago with this and are ambassadors now. They didn't have this. They literally had to go out and beat the streets and talk to people, belly to belly and all that. We have such an amazing tool to accelerate what we do. But as John Mosler, our social media guy, will tell you, it accelerates the good as well as the bad. Okay? You want to accelerate your business and your positivity and your excitement and all that? Social media will do that for you. You want to accelerate negativity and bad attitude and crappy life and all that? Social media is going to accelerate that too. So you got to choose which one you're accelerating. If you're not utilizing social media to grow your business, you are missing out. There is so much power in all these different platforms, and there is no excuse, none, to not grow this business. Everyone can take their phone and follow people on Instagram and post a picture of their food and a picture of their outfit and a picture of their dog and a motivational quote and then a before and after. And raise your hand if you can't do that. Everybody can do that. My 12-year-old taught me how to use Instagram. I post on Facebook. It's not all it works, but I'm active on social media so that people see me, so that I'm visible. Social media is a tool. It's not the kiss of death. It is the burst of strength. It's the fuel in your engine. It can accelerate. It's why I'm being successful. Why I'm at where I'm at with social media. Okay, so it's a lot of things in no particular order. I just wrote them down as they came through. But here is what has been on my mind and what finally brought me to this video. When you guys listed out all of those things, it was very eye-opening to me. And I take them all very seriously. I hope I touched on every one that you said, and I made light of none of them. Because if you wrote it down as your single word answer to the question that I posed to you, then it's something that means something to you. It's a serious thing for you and what you think is holding you back. But here's the deal. Every one of those things leads to something else that is indeed the kiss of death in your business. Okay? You can't. Here, I'm just going to show it to you. The biggest obstacle to your business is right here. Inconsistency. Inconsistency comes from fear, lack of focus, fear of rejection, apathy, lack of support, your why, skepticism, jealousy, laziness, feeling overwhelmed, lack of confidence, somebody's rude to you, you're defeated, self-doubt. You know what all that does? It causes you to be inconsistent. All of that boils down to something, and it causes you to be inconsistent. If you are inconsistent in your business, think about it this way. If there was a business in town and they were only open sometimes, would you finally just give up and say, screw that, I'm not going there anymore because they might not be open? I have heard a lot of things lately. People that were rocking the business. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, I got this and I got that. And the kids, I hear the kids a lot. It was summertime, I heard the kids a lot. And it causes us to be inconsistent. That is the kiss of death in your business. In network marketing, above all else, you must find a way to be consistent. If you are not consistent in your business, you will not be successful. And by consistent, I mean that you stick with it. I'm not saying a certain number of posts every day. I'm not going to quantify that. What I'm saying is if you work your business sometimes, and then you don't work it, and then you work it sometimes, and then you don't work it, you might as well not do it at all. I'm dead serious. If you're not going to be consistent, you might as well give it up now. And that's just the truth. You have to stay consistent. You've got to be talking. People always have to know what you're doing. You have to do something every day to grow your business. Not saying you can't sometimes go on vacation. I'm not saying that, but you can still find ways to grow your business. If you're not consistent, it's probably rooted in one of these. Okay? All of this causes inconsistency. Being overwhelmed, being busy, not having support. So just all of that causes inconsistency. But if you think that you're going to post for 1 week and then nothing for a week or two, and then post again, and you think someone's going to take you seriously, you're dead wrong. And your business is going to fail before you ever get it off the floor. So consistency is required. It comes from a daily effort, whether it's 5 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes, something. You can't not touch your business on a day. You just can't. Even on Sundays, guys. I don't work on Sundays. I prefer to, I try to observe the Sabbath and whatnot, but I still know that my business is moving forward. If there's a response that needs to happen, or I'm maybe not doing an event or a party or whatever, but you'll still see me alive on the page, and you'll still see me. If I get a text, of course I'm going to respond to it. But I am consistent. No one in my life could ever point to a period in my business where I wasn't consistent. And that thought, oh, is she still doing that? If somebody asks that about you, you have created a hurdle in your business that didn't have to be there. You put it there because you were inconsistent. And so I don't know if that's any kind of jaw-dropping, drum roll required kind of announcement, but it's what I have figured out over my 3-year tenure with this business is that the biggest thing you can do to cause you to completely fail and take yourself out of the game is to be inconsistent. You have to remain consistent. You have to post. You have to talk. You have to share. You have to follow up. You have to edify your team. You have to follow up with your lawyers. And why do you do that? Well, everybody is different. My why is different than your why. But you must remain consistent. I can think of some examples. I am not going to name them, of people that have just been booming in this business. And they are MIA now. Do you seriously think that when they decide to come back in, that people are going to take them seriously? It's going to be really difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be really hard, and you created a problem that didn't have to be there. Because people already question network marketing. People already are skeptical about the wrap. You just fed into it, is all you did by being inconsistent. When you come in and you quit, or you come in and you're not really believing in the product, and you're not consistently putting that wrap on people, you're totally ratifying what someone is saying. If they don't, oh, it's one of those network marketing things where people nobody ever succeeds in that. You go in and then you go out, boom, you just proved them right. You know, if you're not consistent about the products, if you're not using the products, if you're not putting that wrap on somebody, and you're inconsistent about that product, well then boom, you just proved them right. You just proved them right about the skepticism. If you're staying consistent and you're constantly talking about the green, and you're constantly showing a wrap result, probably people like, that must work, or she wouldn't still be talking about it. You know what I mean? That's what consistency is. It takes 7 or more exposures for most people to finally decide to try a product. Think about how many commercials you see, and at what point you actually finally decide to try a product that you saw in a commercial. More times than you realize, but the average is 7. And for some people, it's even more than that, as high as 20. So inconsistency, you're never going to get to 7. You're never going to get to 20 exposures because you're still stuck on 2 or 3 because you're being inconsistent. So if you think you're going to message, and then go silent for 3 weeks and be successful, not likely. But here's the good news. It's totally fixable. Totally fixable by being consistent, deciding why you want to do this business, putting a goal out there, setting your daily goals, and getting them done. Is that so hard? Don't make this business harder than it has to be. It's already kind of hard sometimes. It's so much fun, but there are difficulties that you're going to encounter in the business. So don't make it harder on yourself. Be consistent. Your consistency will be the #1 thing that brings people to you from all the seeds that you planted. We are in a seed planting season in our business, okay? Most of the year, we spend planting seeds, and then when these promotions come, like BOGO for our distributors, BOGO for loyal customers, like guarantee is coming over the holidays, when a bonus comes, when something comes, you've got so many seeds planted that kaboom, your business all of a sudden can take off because you planted the seeds. So consistently, every single day, plant seeds, post on social media, talk to somebody about it, share the opportunity, plug into a call, read a self-development book that's very big, plug into your team, pour into your team that you have, and if you're consistent, you have my word. If you're consistently getting better, if you're consistently putting your business out there, you will be successful. Eventually, like Jim Rohn says, if you're constantly planting seeds, eventually that seed falls on good soil. And you find that 1, maybe 2 people that change your business and change your life. But you have to be consistent. It's an easy fix, guys. That's the thing. An easy fix. If you've been inconsistent, you stop that right now. And tomorrow, you're consistent from here on out. And you watch what happens to your business. You want to fail? You want to be your own self-fulfilling prophecy? Be inconsistent, and you won't succeed. You won't do it. So that's my big. It's not an aha moment. I always knew that. My aha moment through this process was figuring out what in your life can lead to you being inconsistent. So I'm really glad that we had. I'm so glad that I accidentally stumbled onto this thing that made you guys talk to me and tell me what's holding you back. Because everything, inconsistency roots in different things for different people. So you've got to figure out what's making you inconsistent. And then once you fix that, then you can be consistent and you can start getting those wheels turning again and moving forward instead of staying stagnant and moving backwards. So thank you for sharing with me, for giving me those, what really was, on a personal level, what you feel is holding you back. And if I haven't addressed any of them, feel free to message me, and I'll try to add, my 2 cents to it. But my final message to you, be consistent. Stay with this. It works. This business works. And it has the possibility of changing your life. If you believe in it, if you're consistent, if you're willing to do all of those things to get rid of the things that are causing you to not be consistent. So back it off, do that first. Figure that out. Find out why, get with your upline, get with me, get with your team, and work on those things, and then stay consistent. And guess what? Guess what? You will be successful. Thanks for sharing tonight with me, guys. See you soon.